Of course, you know what that means. It's time to find out what to watch with our film critic, Dale.
It's one of my favorite parts of it being Friday.
Yes.
Good morning, Dale. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning, Jackie. Good morning, Dylan. Great to be with you.
Good to see you.
Yeah, so Dale, yesterday we had a bit of a run-in, and so I got a preview of the movie that you're going to see. I was on a jog downtown, and I just happened to see him in person. I was like, Dale, it was so exciting.
Local celebrity Dale Pollock in the wild.
I know.
Local celebrity, Jackie.
Well, it was very exciting for me, and you told me that you were going to see Blink Twice last night in theaters. So what did you think?
We blinked, and it tries very hard to be a really good horror film. It doesn't quite succeed, but it's an interesting kind of failure. And there are two really good grounded performances. Naomi Ackie, who played Whitney Houston in the Whitney Houston film a few years ago, and Channing Tatum, who of course we're all familiar with. In this film, he's the villain. He's usually the hero. So it's interesting to see him take a different approach to a film. This reminded me, there have been several films where people are trapped on an island and someone's trying to kill everybody. So this reminded me of a film called The Menu that came out in 2022 with Ralph Fiennes, people trapped for a dinner on an island. And ultimately, this plot doesn't really make sense. It does have something that I have never seen on a feature film before, and that is what we call a trigger warning. That came on before the movie saying there's sexual trauma, you may be affected by this. I've never seen that on a feature film. Usually when you get an R rating, you kind of have an idea what you're going to be seeing. This kind of warning may be something that's going to be coming more in the future. It doesn't help the film that you get the warning. And the ending tries to flip our expectations of what's really happening. It doesn't really work on that level. But this is a movie that both shows women as the victims of sexual abuse, but also women as the heroes in terms of turning the tables on the bad guys by the end of the film. So I don't want to say much more because it's pretty plot. I don't want to give away any teasers on this. It doesn't succeed at what it really tries to do, but it does succeed at being an entertaining film that goes pretty wildly from one extreme to another. So be prepared for that, and you do have to deal with the abuse that's it's a theme in this film.
Okay. How many popcorns did you give it?
3 popcorns.
Okay.
Because it challenges you more than these, stuck on a desert island stories usually do.
I got you. It still seems like maybe it's worth a watch.
Yeah,
Just
entertaining.
Maybe,
sure.
Yeah, still entertaining. Of course, Channing Tatum, he's always great.
Tatum, a good villain.
Yeah, okay, he makes a good villain.
All
okay,
right.
good to know. Yeah, maybe we'll have to go see for ourselves. All right, Dale, next one is I Am Celine Dion on Prime Video. Tell us about this.
Well, I think we were all surprised to see Celine Dion sing at the opening ceremony of the Paris Olympics because she has been suffering, I think, for almost the last decade from what's called stiff person syndrome, an extremely painful condition involving her entire body. And on that level, this is a very brave film because she doesn't hold anything back. She shows you exactly the pain and medical issues she's dealing with, and she's kind of a pillar of strength in this film. We see her with her 2 children, who she's very, very close to. The weird omission from this film is virtually any mention of her husband for more than 30 years, René Angeli, who died in 2016. He discovered her. He made her into Celine Dion. He was accused of sort of grooming her in certain ways. And it was a controversial marriage on a certain level. It's almost as if he didn't exist in this film. So why you would do a personal documentary about every aspect of your life except your love life, except that husband who was a big part of your life, it's a very strange omission. And it really makes the film less inspirational than I think Celine Dion intended it to be.
Oh.
So yes, we admire her and we respect her steadfastness in dealing with what is a crippling disease, but it's also strange that she cuts out an entire section of her personal life with a no entry sign. And it's just a strange way to present a documentary that's called I Am Celine Dion.
Right.
and leave out the major relationship in her career and her life almost completely. So if that had been included, I would have given this 4 popcorns. The omission becomes glaring by the end of the film. So I'm downgrading it to 3. And it's ultimately not the inspiring movie I think she hoped for. It does give us an insight into how disease doesn't care if you're a star. It's going to affect you anyways. And so she has to deal with that reality, and we do that through watching the film. It's just not the real holy grail kind of image that you're hoping to get.
Okay.
Right.
I
It's
think that's
interesting she wouldn't include that.
yeah, but I think your rating makes sense. I'm glad you kind of broke down exactly where the popcorn fell off. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
Finally, we have The Instigators on Apple TV Plus. I've heard about this, so I'm excited to hear what you think.
Well, Matt Damon and Ben Affleck were like a duo. They started their careers together. And now Matt Damon has worked on it to move on to his younger brother, Casey Affleck. And The Instigators is kind of a heist film. Well, it is a heist film. They're out to rob something. And it's really turns into kind of a comedy because Casey Affleck has a real comic edge in this film that works extremely well. He co-wrote the screenplay, which makes me think he wrote a lot of his own lines, and they're funny. And therefore, you get an interesting chemistry between him and Matt Damon that we've never seen before. And Matt Damon is very serious in this film. The plot is nothing special. It's really about the interplay between the characters, and on that level, this succeeds. It was directed by Doug Liman, who did Swingers and Roadhouse, very competent director in action sequences. The heist itself works pretty well. What leavens the film and makes it different are the constant comic asides by Casey Affleck. He's kind of a complaining bank robber, and it turns out to be a really interesting character. So that's the reason I'm giving this 4 popcorns, is a surprisingly comic performance, particularly against Matt Damon, who's kind of a dull, serious guy in this. That works, and that makes, to me, The Instigators worth the time to watch it on Apple Plus, and I think you'll enjoy it.
Yeah, it sounds like Affleck kind of took it to the next level.
Yeah, and I like a lot of these actors, so it sounds like it's
Matt
a really
Damon.
entertaining movie too, and available on streaming, so we can watch it this weekend. Dale,
Yeah, for sure.
thank you so much, as always, for your time and for all those reviews. Here are those titles one more time, folks. Blink Twice, out now in theaters. I Am Celine Dion on Prime Video, and The Instigators on Apple TV+.
If you enjoyed Dale's recommendations, you can find them in 2 ways. Check out the WXII YouTube playlist named Movies in Review, or head to DaleMPollock.com.